Diversification of investments, a roadmap to improving financial health. Having enough of the same food item daily will certainly satiate your hunger. Is it good enough for enriching sustenance and nourishment, though? The answer to this question is a firm no. What holds for food in this case applies likewise to your finances. Just as a diverse diet contributes to a healthy individual, a diversified portfolio makes up a person's financial health. Here, we discuss briefly some of the aspects related to the diversification of investments. What is diversification? Diversification of investment is mainly a method of diversification of risk. On account of a variety of factors such as inflation, depreciation in the value of money, recession, etc., investment of any nature necessarily carries with itself certain dangers. Nonetheless, the long-term and considerable benefits attached to investments make it a necessity. How is the balance to be found between the benefits and risks attached then? This golden midway is achieved in the form of diversification of investments. Diversification of investment is defined as a strategic method of investment whereby the available funds for investment are distributed across a variety of investment platforms in the form of different assets. Why should you diversify? The main objective of diversification of investments is risk mitigation. The whole concept of diversification proceeds on the premise that having the investment secured in different modes or platforms of investment in the long term will prove highly beneficial and profitable to the investor and has a great likelihood of elevating the risk associated with investing. Not all forms of risk can be mitigated by diversification. Risks mentioned earlier, such as the depreciation of money, are entrenched into the financial system and inseparable. However, some forms of risk, such as business risk and financial risk, can be managed to a considerable extent by diversification strategy. As the impacts of business financial risk as experienced by each asset in the long run is unique to itself. The main reason why portfolio diversification is advocated are help in managing market instabilities. Portfolio curated with termination at staggered or different time frames ensures relative liquidity under most circumstances. Is a better option for long-term goals such as retirement planning, foreign education, etc. Provides a variety of asset-specific benefits such as tax saving for some assets, compound interest for some. Saves from total losses and minimizes risk in volatile markets. Helps secure safety of capital. Some avenues for diversification. On being advised to diversify their portfolio, most investors, especially amateurs, are at sea, wondering how to diversify the portfolio. The rule of thumb in investments is lower the risk, lower the return. There are multiple options which can help you decide on types of portfolio diversification. Three main classes of investments are fixed income or debt, gold, and equities. Besides, property investments are also sought after. In India, traditionally, the attitude towards investment was from a savings perspective alone. Resultantly, the investments earlier were limited to savings in banks, fixed deposits, postal savings schemes, gold, etc. Lately, however, the trends in India are changing. The awareness regarding the diversification of investments is on the rise. While the traditional investing modes are still going strong, the need felt for diversification of risk has popularized some of the major investment avenues intending to build a strong and sustainable portfolio. These include real estate, stocks, bonds, commodities, mutual funds, governmental schemes PPF, NPS, etc., insurance policies, certificate of deposit, senior citizen savings scheme. In each of the investment plans, risk varies between low, medium, high. When deciding to diversify investments, be sure to identify all of your short-term and long-term goals. as these will help to narrow down the best fit for your portfolio diversification. Some of these portfolio diversification instruments and their core features are discussed below. Real estate. Real estate investment has never fallen out of favor with the Indian investor. Real estate as an investment, however, might be treated as cumbersome owing to the high costs of acquiring the asset. However, land as a scarce resource or even an investment in the flat system is one with considerably higher returns. Let's consider an example to understand this concept better. So when you invest in a property, it's an appreciating asset. This means that the value of the property that you invest in increases every year, and with time, the money that you invest in it either doubles or most of the time gives you back more than you invested. So, let's say you bought a flat for 10 lakhs in the year 2000 in a good quality. Yes, 30 lakhs is cheap right now, but those days it was huge money. Today, this same property will start nowhere less than 80 lakhs for resale. So you see, in a matter of 12 years, your investment is 4 times the money you put in. Hence, real estate is one of the best investments to make. Again, there are few factors to keep in mind. The more your property is closer to the main city and basic amenities like market access, train or metro station, bus depot, etc., the value add is bigger. On the other hand, if your property is somewhere which is away from civilization, then the hype will be a bit lesser as compared to a city property. Stocks. Stocks are a form of high-risk, high-returns investment. Trading on the stock market is a highly unpredictable affair which involves great planning and research. If you intend to include stocks as a mode of investment diversification, it is a better strategy to understand the nitty-gritty of the market. Let's consider this with an example. So let's say you buy 100 stocks of Zomato for 70 rupees. So, your total investment here is 7,000 rupees. The next time Zomato reaches a stock price per share of 90 rupees, technically you have already made profits on your investment by 20 rupees per share, which is 2000 rupees profit in this case. Now, you have two options. Either you can sell these shares at this point, or you can wait for the price of the shares to increase, say to rupees 100, and then sell them. This is your expectation. The market may or may not hold up to it. But what if the share price crashes the next day? What if the price goes down to as low as 60 rupees per share? In this case, you are making a loss as you are not even getting back your initial investment of rupees 7,000. In fact, you are incurring a loss of rupees 1,000. This uncertainty or risk factor is why stock markets are not for everyone to gamble with. You really need to understand the market before you step into anything that you do. Bonds. Bonds are issued regularly by companies to investors. The investment by the investor is a form of loan or credit advancing to the issuer from the investor. The return on the investment at the expiry of the lending or bond period, which is known as the maturity period, is the interest payable on the bond amount. Various types of bond options are available in India. These include capital gains bond, government securities, corporate bonds, sovereign gold security bonds. Based on investment returns, bonds are classified as fixed return investments and variable return investments. So, let's consider an example to understand this concept better. Suppose that Skillioma is a big government organization who wants to build a schooling colony for the underprivileged students to study. Now, since this is a project that needs large funding, Skillioma can issue bonds to investors like you and me. What happens here is that the investors are then promised an XYZ interest rate which will be paid at the maturity or completion of the bond agreement. So let's say you invest 10,000 in the bond and the maturity date is in 5 years. Now, Skillioma promises to pay you 7% interest on the maturity of the bond. In this case, you get rupees 10,700 at the maturity of this bond. This is how bond investment works. Mutual funds. In recent times, the curiosity surrounding mutual funds has peaked increasingly. Besides the sector fragmentation, in India, mutual funds are mainly categorized as equity mutual funds and debt mutual funds, or an amalgamation of the types. Equity mutual funds provide investors with an entry into the stock market and is a highly risky yet highly gainful form of investment. These are further divided into industry specific funds, index funds, and tax saving funds. Debt funds work like investing in bonds. The risk associated with debt mutual funds is relatively lower, besides the possibility of credit risk. So, let's just put this simply. In every aspect of investing, there is always a high, medium, and low risk option for you as an investor to choose from. Debt funds are low risk investments. Money market or liquid funds are medium risk investments, while there are many others which are high risk investments. Have you heard the saying, mutual funds are subjected to market risk, please invest carefully? We are sure you did. So right now, you need to understand is that mutual funds are a great form of investment if you want to make some extra money and also save taxes. Certificate of deposit. Certificate of deposit is typically short-term financial instruments. The RBI issues these in the demand for and regulates the CD. Depending on the issuing institution, the duration ranges from 7 days to 3 years. This mode offers low quality of the investment term, and a penalty may be imposed for withdrawal before the term expires. However, the security of the principal amount in this case is on the higher side, with returns being on the higher end of the spectrum as compared with traditional bank saving accounts. Diversification of a portfolio is a robust measure against humongous losses. The age-old "do not put all eggs in one basket" adage, which forms the fundamental rationale for diversification of investments, is a sustainable policy. Smart investing and diversification decisions can go a long way in maintaining the health of your portfolio and create a buffer against a variety of adverse economic situations while still earning sizable profits. So, for example, Manish invested Rs 5 lakhs for 5 years at an interest rate of 5% per annum. In a CD, the investment is locked for a fixed number of years, and hence the rate of interest offered is also premium. It's very similar to a fixed deposit.